All right, listen. If you're not crafting the new LR, what are you doing, man? Listen, this is absolutely the easiest run I've ever had in my life. So this video was recorded last week, not last week, but like during the last reset, so like 3-4 days ago, when the character released, and I wanted to like wait to publish it until I tested again. I tested like 3 more times, and bro, this character's nuts, dude. Genuinely speaking. So I was when this video was recorded, just keep this in mind, all right? I was playing a different game, all right? So I was multitasking at the highest capacity, hence there was no recording over it, because I'm like, it can't be that good. This was the day of the release. I'm like, it can't be that good, and damn, it was that good. So, not the day of the release, but a day or two after. I don't know when I recorded this exactly, bro. I have no idea. But today, let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Helps out the side. This is going to be a fast and easy clear guide. The guide of the team and everything will be at the end. The gear sets, what I did, a little bit of a description. All of that's at the end, so if you want to forward to that, you're more than welcome to. Here's the showcase. Take a look, have fun, and let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think. All right, so you're wondering about the recording. We got the recording here. Listen, this got to be one of the greatest runs I've ever done in my life. I can speed it up a little bit, just 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 is enough. Not too, we want too fast, right? But dude, this was absolutely the greatest thing I've ever had. Like, if you're not crafting Liz, I know what you're doing. So I'll also give some tips here because people might not know how to clear this. Basically, stage 1 doesn't really matter. You kind of want to keep some stance cards, but my goal, and this is what you should do on stage 1, you should be building your Liz ult. Okay, so don't do what I'm doing here. I'm gonna give you like the tips. Oh, I'm smart enough. So no, I'm not. Oh, I am smart enough. This will give her ult, right? Yeah. So your goal for the first turn is just to build Liz's ult and to use those cards. You want those cards out of the way because that's going to increase basic stats every time you heal with her passive. So your goal is basically keep building basic stats with Liz, right? And then increase your attack stats with the ultimate. The ultimate increases attack stats. So you'll see here, I'll ult. There you go. Because you keep increasing attack stats. Now, I'll use that also for a little bit of defense to keep my team alive. Plus, it's a gold card, so why not? So, I mean, that's all you want to do. Okay, literally, there's no thing other as a gimmick, right? Now, I just remove the stances, and then I basically just full send for DPS because it will do more than enough damage. This team is nuts, man, absolutely nuts. So, you can see here how much we tanked that. I think that I don't use the Freya card, huh? I do. Yeah. And then I saved the ult, so I just wanted to see how much damage it was doing because I was like curious. Damn, bro. If I had just ulted here, I would have taken care of it. Look at this man. Oh my god. If I had ulted, he was dead. But you can see how much damage it does. It is crazy it does that much damage, bro. But it's like genuinely, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say bird, but bird is pretty easy now, right? Like, very easy for me. So, like, you could say, like, Skull and Hottie, sometimes here and there, a stupid card messes you up, but it's like Skull and Hottie level, right, with Thonar's Relic. It's very easy as hell. Any team can kind of run it. It's a goddess formation, but sometimes you may get a little bit of an issue, and that's a hard may, right? And now here we just one-shot. Look how much damage they did, bro. I am blown away that this exists. But look at this, ready? Turn 1. There we go. Okay, 252. Freya. There you go. There you go. And we're done. The literal abyss would have killed it, but that's floor 1 out the way. Pretty simple. I'll forward it up a little bit. You don't care about the loading and indicator. Now I took a break. I may or may not have been playing something at the time. So I was gone for a few seconds, but I'm back. So I do it this way always, where I buff first, correct? On the last stage, I don't buff with Tarmiel, I buff with Liz. And I don't know what was happening. My game was freezing after every Freya attack. They were infatuated by her assets, so they're like, you know what? Give us a second. Gotta load. Give us a second. But yeah. On this stage, really, you just don't want to use a remove buff card until the very end. So you have so many stats again. So we buff over here, we attack with this, we attack with this, and then you want to remove the buff at the end to like make the turn go on. That's all you want to do. So you want to save that one Liz card up until the point of you basically killing, right? So we killed, but now we want to use a Liz card to confirm the kill and remove the buff. That's kind of how that works, right? So simple. Now on to the stage 2 here. Nothing really too special here at all. It's the same as like kind of the first floor. So like you're not really dealing with anything. More so, again, I want to make sure Liz can get her ult because that's in some case 20%, 15%, 10% stat increase on the attack stats, which will be very good in clearing. So That's just how I do it, but again, your ult could be different. If it's like a 5% increase, it's still a 5% increase, right? You can't lie, it's a 5% increase. But it's not like a 6.6, which is a 30% increase. On this account, this is a 4.6. So I'm getting, what, 20%? Which most of us should have a 2 to 3.6. Just because we got one for free, and then if you've ever pulled her before that, should be the case, but not everyone has the same RNG, right? So can't really use that as a point, but doing a bit of damage here. I think that we messed it up. I think I messed it up here. I messed it up somewhere because I was too scared to damage. So I cancel the stance. I do this. Oh, this won't kill. No, that's what the mess up was. So I was like, this is gonna be more than enough damage, and it didn't do enough. There you go. There you go, and there you go. Yeah, I messed this up a little bit. The was just a little bit off. It's only a 1.6 for you. Keep that in mind, a 1.6 for you. And I don't know, is it a 4.6 or a 5.6 army? I have no idea. But not a 6.6. I can guarantee that. So there you go. Again, doing the ult, increasing the basic stats a crap ton. That's all I want to do. I'm just increasing my attack stats. Genuinely. So this goes up. We have the ult, which is now increased attack stats. Now look at this. She did 193 and she crit, bro. And now we healed. So I think like we're almost max stats at this point for how many times we've been doing everything. So here, this is Tarmi's attack. This is this. And then I decided to ult, I think. No, I don't ult. Okay. Am I sure about this? Yeah, this does more than enough damage. Yeah, I was like, this should be enough, right? After how many stats have increased. So 275, 290, and then Margaret rolls up with a 242. And again, on this stage, you kind of want to get them below 50%. This is floor 2. All you want to do is make sure that bar keeps going below 50%, and then it will remove 33% every single time on the left bar. So this bar over here, once you get it below 50 every single time, that's all you want to do. Doesn't really matter if you get into one shot. Doesn't really matter anything. You just want to keep that bar below 50. So you'll see here, Tarmiel just doing 216, and then over here an AOE 337. Not bad. He also will full heal, keep that in mind sometimes. So if he does full heal, just make sure you have enough damage to take care of that. But yeah, so there we go. And there we go. Now we just gotta lower him one more time and we're basically done. So we do this, that. And I was like considering ulting here. Shouldn't have ulted, because you want to be able to heal. Now I'm like, oh, I should have just left the card. Why did I ult? Because now I have no heal. So stupid decision, but I did get a heal card back. So that's there. But again, the heal card didn't do enough damage, right? Like to heal me back all the way. So I had a little bit of HP loss there. But it was fine. It was like an ounce of HP lost, an ounce. So didn't really care. So there we go, and there we go. Now we're pretty much done. There we go, 153. Got the heal off. Freya will heal herself. Tarmiel for all of that. Pretty much done. And that is floor 2 over there. So not bad. Floor 3 time, baby. Floor 3 time. Let's do it. Floor 3. So again, this was like, I was scared running into this. I'm like, can we beat it? You know, Bob the Builder, can we do it? Is that Bob the Builder? Is that? I don't even know, bro. Yeah, is it? I'm too tired for this. But yeah, rolling at 350. Oh my god. Yeah. All right. So pretty simple. On this, let me give you some tips here because you kind of want them. I know you do. So how I did this was, I clearly used this card first. So my goal here is to build Liz's ult. That's all I'm doing. You want to build Liz's ult. That's it. Now, turn 2. So first, turn 1, I used the 1 card, increase basic stats. I used Tarmiel's buff, and then I used Freya's 2 cards. Now, I'm doing that because I want her ult. Now, I see this, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. I can get her ult pretty soon. Now, what I want is all 4 characters to have their ult by either 3 turn or 4 turn. Correct? By 3rd turn, you should have at least Liz's ult to grant you the ult orbs in her ult. By 4th turn, to have enough to ult. Correct? So this is turn 2. Write this down. This is turn 2. What I'm doing here is guaranteeing that Liz has an ult now. Correct? Because this will give me a ult orb by using the card. Right? So I did that. I also guarantee that I'm going to now tank a lot more because of the fact that this exists. So pop that up. Now I have her ult. Correct? The only thing that sucks here is I didn't. So let's see. Did I don't know on this stage. Did I ult? I think I did. Let me see. So I ult. I'll use Tarmi's buff card. I want to get rid of a buff card because it's gonna disable a card. So do not use an attack card on turn 3. This is turn 3. Remember that. Write that down. Now, I use the buff cards. See this over there on the bottom right? Those buff cards are now disabled. But my attack cards will still work. So, you want to make sure you use a buff card. Otherwise, it will ruin everything. Okay? Now, did I do it stupid here? Let me see. Because there was one time that I waited, and there was one... So I cleared this 2 times. I don't know which one this is. Don't tell them that's stupid. Come on. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. I was thinking here. So, what I was thinking was, I'll grab Liz's ult so I can go into the next turn with an ult. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I did. Yeah. So, I stalled. I didn't have to. I could have just ulted. I have 3 ults. Those ults are going to kill. So, why did I wait? Because I wanted to make sure I had Liz's ult going into everything. I wanted to increase stats. That's why I did it. So, now I think that's what I do. Correct? So, again, you did not have to do that. You did not have to do that. Right? I could have literally just ulted and then attacked with Liz and still gotten the ult, but I just waited 1 turn. So you always have that room to wait the turn. Now I'll ult so I can refill all the orbs. That's why I did it. But again, you didn't have to. You guys just waited, bro. But that's why I did it. Going into this turn now. So again, buff cards will be disabled. Keep that in mind. Now every time you apply a stance, okay, or use a stance card or removal card, it's going to increase his gauge. So look at this, right? This stance card increases his gauge by 15. Now, every attack does like 3 to it. 2. Does 2, clearly, correct? So, now, you have to make sure that's 0 when you're killing him. But you also have to remove 2 stances, correct? So, 1 here, now 1 later on, right? Now, again, this is why Freya green one doesn't work. Because she has 2 single targets. And 2 single targets are guaranteed to be 2 stance cancels, which is bad. So, that is there. But, you know, that's why you can replace Freya theoretically with, like, Mael, correct? It works. So here what I did was, I was trying to just basically buff up. I'm going to ult. It won't do too much damage here. So here you'll see, like, the damage drop off a bit, right? It's not going to do too much, okay? Not going to do too much, and not too much, right? So you really want to start increasing stats soon. And that's where, again, Liz is coming in very much clutch. And also, when that boss ults, you're going to kick up into the fact that he'll have the extort, and that extort does insane damage. So you want to make sure going into that extort, you have an insane amount of stats. That is why I went more so for kind of keeping my team alive. Let's see, did I use that or did I use a Liz card? So I ulted, I increased attack stats. I did this, and then... I was thinking, bro. I was thinking. I'm like, what should I do here? So I remove the stance now. I do this, and then I attack. Yeah, I attacked normally. So there we go. Healed up all the way. You want to make sure you're also healed up all the way, because if one character is like lower HP, gets hit harder by the ultimate, that might also ruin the entire thing. So there we go. Again, he's back at 11%. Keep that in mind. So now I have to drop that 11% in order to do anything. So I got attacked here. Now the extort is active, so this attack's gonna do a lot of damage. Look at that. And we still tank that pretty well. Like, we still tank that pretty freaking well. So here. Now, it's 11%. I don't think, so it's 2% per attack. I could have used the ult and probably have done it, but I think I stalled here. Let's see. I was thinking, man. I was thinking. I'm going to stall, just increase stats, basically. There we go. There we go. Another reset, man. I'm thinking hard. Let's see. Is this enough? No? Oh, my God. Again, more so, it was my first time clearing it, so let me slide. Let me slide. It was my first time clearing it. I don't want to hear it. I was thinking things through just to make sure I'm not messing this up, man. I was like, how much damage do they do? How much is this? How much is this? But yeah, it dropped it only to 6%, and this dropped it to 5%, so clearly it wasn't enough. I knew it going into it. We'll get attacked here, but again, we cleansed it off, so really not too much damage at all. Plus our stats are up again, so we're fine there. Now we'll just do this, we'll do this, and then we can literally just buff our way through, because buff cards are going to make sure it's more than enough to lower it, right? So now we're at 0%, we did that, and we killed. So, very easy, got through that stage. Again, every time you use a stance card, you increase the gauge, you want to lower the gauge, and you also want to tank that one hit, and then quickly remove the debuff afterwards, right? But, on to the final stage here. I was flabbergasted by how much damage we were doing. So I used the ult first, then I used this to regain the ult. Then I used this and completely did 1.3 million. I was like, what the fudge, bro? When I was recording this, I'm like, no way. There's no way I did that 1.3 million. He's back to full health, and then we're gonna do it again. And like, let me tell you, if you have a duped up Freya, you don't even, like, you can literally just like cancel your turn every single time, and that ult will kill him constantly. So we did this. I was like, is this enough? Is it? Let me just use this, right? Is that what I did? I don't know why, but I just did it. So I removed the debuffs. Why am I thinking that? I'm overthinking. Like, now looking at it, I'm definitely overthinking this stuff now. So I didn't remove the debuffs just yet. Look at that. 2.3 billion on a 1/6. On a 1/6, bro. 1.2 on a single target. And 271 from its arm. Dude, that is nuts. So look at that. A 1/6 did that much damage. So if you have him duped out, you can literally. And on the stage, all you want to do is lower the gauge or lower the health below about like, is it 40% or like 30%? But you want to make sure it's below like the 3-bar range. So you want to make sure you're doing enough damage for that. And then it will keep on doing it 25% every single time. So you have to survive 4 turns. But with this team, you have so many basic stats. It's not a problem. All right, look at that, 1.2 million again. And we didn't even need the ult. We could just literally use the Tarmy attack. But I was like, can't be that it was this much damage, right? There we go. Now we have debuffs on us. And this is with ignites. Like, in this stage, usually you'll be taking an insane amount of damage. But there is no damage being taken. Because just have so many stats. Here we go. Pretty basic. We're also canceling the stance here, just so you know. There you go. We have the Tarmy attack. Look at this. Never mind. There was one time he did like 800k. I don't know when that was. Again, it's below the threshold, so now 0%. Now we can just full kill, which we do in fact have Freya's card for that. So we're good to go. Or Freya's ult for that. So we're good to go. But yeah. So look at that. All those 8 knights, we barely took any damage. I was like, what do I do here? Is this enough? So I just increased my stats, and then I just used this. And I think that was more than enough, so there we go. She did 247, but increased stats. Now she did 164, but increased stats. Now I did this. 2.2 million, man. Oh my god, that is a 1/6, by the way. That is a 1/6. So imagine you have more dupes on that, and you're done. So full cleared the entire boss here. Very, very good team. I gotta say, fast and easy. I think so. 23-minute run. That is pretty good. 23-minute run. That is very good. And a lot of it was me also overthinking things. Like, I could have cut this down to like an 18-minute run. 5 minutes of me overthinking, I will say so, all right? But for the most part, that is NIDHOGG now. So if you want more guides, if you want me to remove some characters, let me know what you want now. So I have, I can put my L on, I can throw off any other character and then replace them in with other archangels or any goddesses like that. So let me know what you want to do. You want to do green Freya, which you want me to showcase? I'll make some guides on those, but yeah, that's more so a fast and easy little bit of a guide here for NIDHOGG. More of a simple one if you want me to go like really in depth for what to do. I can also do that, but if you copy what I'm doing here and just have similar-ish or less stats even, you're increasing stats with Liz so much, you're fine, right? So just know that, but at this part, there you go. Check out the team, and then I'll catch you in the next one. For the team, I did this because people say, hey, yo, my L don't got him, but I did this. So we have this one, which I told you was a must summon if you want to run Goddess team. You have this over here, which again, people have pulled over the time, so works out. Tarmiel, everyone has it, and then Liz, you should be having that to clear this. Very, 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 very good team here. This is the entire gear sets. I put, again, this piece over here. You want this to have the lowest HP, so he's attacked. Again, like, you have so many basic stats, it's nuts. But, you know, it's still, like, that's what he had as HP. Over here, this is what it looks like again. I think there's no, it's like, dude, his things are weird. I think it's like a resistance also on part of them. So keep that in mind, that's what I had run. Over here, it's just attack crit, HP defense. That's what I did over here. But, dude, this team was beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. If you're wondering about card set, I don't have that card set, so I ran this card set, which means you don't need that card set, the Goddess one. So this works perfectly fine. That's the entire team comp. Associations don't really matter. Obviously, there's no Gracer kicking up or anything like that. Just go for the high CC and high stats. Or they're not high CC, but high stats, right? But again, that's currently what it looks like. Full defense what I ran here. Again, change this piece, make sure he's attacked instead of her. You want him to have like a good gap in HP. You don't want like to be like 10k less. You want a little bit of gap, right? So that's why he gets attacked more. But again, realize in the darkness stage, if you're applying darkness to this character 1 or 2 times, she's going to get attacked next. So you have to imply that, or you have to make sure that these two are not getting the darkness attacks, correct? Because you want him to get attacked. So keep that in mind. And